Hey everyone, Luxinda Swirl here. This is just the beginning of the next planter pour. I wanted to mix up some paints so that when I get some really nice weather outside we can go out on the back deck again and try pouring over another planter for my deck railing. So here are the colors I'm going to be using this time. For the coating that goes all over the planter just to get it wet with something that will encourage even flow, I used a tube of Arteza. This is Pearl Pastel Green. It's a very, well, light, here we go. It's a very light green with metallics, pearlescence. I am mixing everything today with Floetrol. Then for the colors, I'm going to be layering and pouring. We're going to go with my new Acrylics. This one is fluorescent violet. In fact, I think these are all fluorescents. Acrylic fluorescent magenta. Acrylic. Oh no, I take it back. This is just primary yellow. It's not a fluorescent. This is fluorescent green, Liquitex Basics, and Liquitex Basics fluorescent blue. So very bright colors, which is what I want. No white. And I anticipate, although I've never worked with a big acrylic before, I anticipate approximately 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint, but we'll see. It doesn't need to be super thick. I don't really want it super thin either because I don't want it to just, you know, flow right off and end up puddled underneath the planter. That's not the point. So let's start with 1 and see what 2 parts Floetrol gets us. Eyeballing it. So that's about 2 to 1. That seems pretty good. I get a little bit of mounding, but not a whole lot. All right. So that is my fluorescent violet. Now the fluorescent magenta. One more. That one's a little liquidy. It's got some more paint. You know, it's funny, I listen to other artists talk about mixing 1 to 1 with Floetrol or 2 to 1 with Floetrol and then adding water to thin it out, and I rarely, if ever, get paints that are too thick just after I add the pouring medium. I've never added water to anything so far. And I see artists who use really super thick paints. So clearly I just haven't used the same paints they're using, or I'm missing something in terms of mixing with Floetrol. My paints just aren't that thick. It's still kind of... Alrighty. I am going to leave these here. There we go. Christmassy. Stick it on. Hey folks, we're back. It's the next day, our planter is dried, so let's take a look at what we got. Just slowly pan over to one end of it. I must say, of the two I've done now, this is definitely much nicer, much more colorful, much more exciting to look at. There were some problems with this one as well, and I want to touch on a couple of them because that's going to lead to changes in the next one I do. But overall, let's just take a look. Here's one end. So, here's one of the two sides. I would say that I was really excited about this side more than the other side originally. But towards the end, I especially like this end down here. I am not a fan of red, and here's one of the problems I had. I went and prepped all of these cups of paints at the beginning of the video, you'll remember, and when it came time to pour my two big red solo cups of layered paint, I ran out of paint. I didn't prep enough. So I ended up with one full solo cup of layers of these colors, and the other one was only about 3/4 full, and I knew I needed the full cup. So I panicked, and I came over here to my Artist Loft Ready Mix pouring paint because I didn't want to stop and take hours of time to prep more paints and let them sit. And I grabbed a couple colors from over here, specifically, I think I grabbed the aqua green, which you can't see at all in the finished planter. It just disappeared because the other color I grabbed, bright red, took over the entire thing. So everywhere you look just about, except this end, which is probably why I like this end so much, there is just red. And the Artist Loft Ready Mix pouring paint has stuff in it, and the stuff doesn't behave well with my other paints. It almost pushed them out of the way. So a lot of the colors that I had when I started the pour just not only dripped down the sides, but seemed to just disappear under the red altogether. So that was a little disappointing. The other side is even more so, but I will say that after I finished and turned off all the cameras yesterday, I came in here to the craft room and I got this idea when I saw these cups sitting there. There were just, littlest dregs left of each of the colors. So I grabbed the cups, went back outside, scraped every molecule I could out of the bottoms of these, and dripped them down the sides of the other side, which until that point looked just totally red. And this is what we got. Now I really like this. It's very much like the multicolored drip candles after you burn them down and all the different colors have dripped down onto the bottles. I really like how this looks. So I think maybe next time I will, first of all, no red, and no Artist Loft Ready Mix pouring paint at all. I'll stick to my prepped paints and I'll do more of it. I will probably pour 1 or 2 colors all the way around that I really like as base coats, and then I will use a lot less of all the other colors, and with pipettes I will just drizzle. And we'll see what interesting look we can get from that. Now let's turn this over and see how it looks right side up. Here is this side, which, here's the end I like. Beautiful. This side is certainly colorful, but you know, got a little muddied, too much red. And then this side, oh, here's, this end actually came out really nice too. And then this side that I like so much more because of the drizzles. I could also do the paint from this side. Instead of pouring over the bottom, I could just drizzle from the top, and then it would look the opposite of this. I might try that as well. All right, so let's pause our camera, go outside and see this in the sunshine. Very quickly, I just want to show you how my tiles turned out. I don't think I can use any of them as coasters necessarily, but they're pretty, especially this side. Very, very pretty coasters. I like the look of those. These on the end, but they have some of my fingerprints in them. And of course, here we have the Great Tomato Massacre of 2020 on the side with the Artist Loft Ready Mix Red. Let me know in the comments which one you like. Of the planters, of the tiles. Okay, so here we are outside. Full sunshine, gorgeous day. Again, hope everybody's safe and staying away from everybody else. This is the side that's a little too red for my taste, but I mean, can't deny it looks pretty in the sun. And just for comparison, here's the last one I did, which is now looking really neat because it has no big wash of red all over it. All right, now we'll take a look at the other side. And there we go. Yeah, I certainly like this side better. So this is the side I'll keep facing in, and then the other side I'll see when I'm out there in the yard mowing, which is gonna apparently happen soon, the way it's growing right now. So, one more quickie look at the ends, which I think are so pretty. That's sort of what I was hoping for all the way around, but not what I got. And there's that end, which is beautiful too. All right, everybody. I have 2 more planters. We'll keep trying. See you in the next video.